What is up everyone, welcome back to Mainly Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, mainly movies. So welcome to my new segment on my channel called Have You Seen It, where I review underrated and underappreciated cult classic films. So we're going to be kicking it off this month with Pusher, a 1996 film directed by Nicholas Winding Refn and his very first film. So Pusher is about this character Frank, played by Bodnia, who is a heroin dealer in Copenhagen. He makes this big deal with these Swedish men, and he already owes his boss a lot of money, and now he owes him even more. And the whole movie is about Frank trying to get this money for his boss or the heroin. So right off the bat, I only recently just saw this movie, but I'm a massive fan of Nicholas Winding Refn. I love Drive. I even like Only God Forgives. The Neon Demon wasn't so bad, and this is a movie that it almost beats Drive. This movie is really good. It's one of his best movies. It's a movie that, because it's his first film, obviously is going to have a little low budget, and he's probably learnt a lot since this film, but I still feel like this movie is phenomenal. The realistic nature of this movie is what sells this movie. It's so gritty and dark, and everyone's performance is so realistic that you forget that they're actors and you feel like they're actually on the streets selling these drugs and are in these dilemmas. Bodnia playing this character Frank was amazing. He did a fantastic job at playing this character. Mikkelsen's also in the film, and this movie actually introduced him, and he was fantastic in this movie. He was really, really good in this movie. He plays the character Milo. The only bad thing about his character is he's not really in the movie, but if you see the movie, you'll know why he's not really in the movie. This whole movie is so tense, and I enjoyed it from start to finish. This movie was so tense. It was such a very low budget film that they had digital sort of cameras, and they're really grainy, and it just matches this setting and the theme of this movie. The low budget for this film works to its advantage, and it was probably one of the best debut films I've seen. Obviously, Nicholas Winding Refn has gone on to be more successful with Drive and Neon Demon and Bronson, but I always like to watch directors' first movies. There's Doodlebug by Christopher Nolan, Reservoir Dogs, Quentin Tarantino, that's only to name a few. But I'm a big fan of watching, famous directors' first movies. The third act of this movie is phenomenal. It's so tense because you don't know what's going to happen. And the third act of this movie is where you find out that this whole scenario is more serious than what you kind of thought it was going to be like throughout the whole movie. It basically takes a massive turn and it becomes 10 times more serious, and you just see this insane performance by Bodnia. He was amazing as this character Frank. I don't really have many negatives with this movie. The only big negative I have with the movie is the fact that the second act can kind of get a little slow at times, but it never really bothered me that much because once it hits to the end of the second act, it just shoots up from there. But another little negative I have with the movie, but it's not really the movie itself that this is a problem with. It's more, I'm pretty sure it's got to do with the Blu-ray copy that I have, but there's whole just conversations and dialogue scenes where there's no subtitles, and because this is a Danish film, obviously I don't understand it, and when there's dialogue scenes without subtitles, I don't know what they're talking about. There's scenes where they're actually having an argument and yelling at each other, and it was kind of frustrating for me because there was no subtitles. I didn't know what they were saying. But I'm pretty sure that's got something to do with the subtitles on the Blu-ray or something like that. I don't really think that it was this movie's fault. But that's only a little minor complaint. Other than that, I can't find anything else wrong with this movie. If you're not a fan of foreign language films, obviously you're not going to like this movie because it is a foreign film. But if you're willing to give a very tense, crazy movie that has great performances and kind of low budget and a director's first movie, definitely check out Pusher. It's a good time, and I'm going to give Pusher a 9.5 out of 10. This was only a quick review because, this movie is just really good, and there's not much to really say about this because it's a very small kind of independent film, and there's not much really to say besides that it looks really good, it matches its feeling, acting's really good, and the writing's really good, the directing is really good, the editing, everything about this movie is really good. It's just that second act that kind of slows down a little bit. Didn't really bother me too much, and the subtitles, but that could just be the Blu-ray's fault. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. So guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.